What do you do with a scrapbook, lady? What do you do with a scrapbook, lady? What do you do with a scrapbook, lady? Early in the morning. Put her on YouTube, watch her daily. Put her on YouTube, watch her daily. Put her on YouTube, watch her daily. Terry Rice.
You didn't say take it away, scrapbook lady.
Take it away, scrapbook lady.
Today I'm doing Alex's page, like Aiden's. Oh, I was gonna bring his up so I could show it yet then, but I will do that later. Okay, now I am using, oh my gosh, I am just not ready. Oh, here it is. I'm using Farmhouse Summer by Carta Bella, and this is one of my favorite papers right here. I just love the color. It's that bluish gray. And then I'm using this, and it's that beautiful textured paper, you know. And this is the other side, and the other side of this is what? Okay, it's these. Okay, so maybe it's actually supposed to be this way. Okay, so I will do that. And most of the stickers were, and the things that I had, let's see, I had stickers and some chipboard, and almost everything was a sign, or you know, it said stuff on it. And I just like this because of the quilt behind them. And you know, I did his very boy, and I just was doing hers, you know, kind of girly with the floral, and I thought this looked good with the colors and everything, so that's why I decided to go this route. And I've taken this plaid, or it's kind of like a buffalo check. Now, no matter what, my size, it's like it's going to be white at the bottom or white at the top. So I actually am doing one of each. So one of them, it'll be white at the bottom, one will be white at the top. I thought this would have been a nice time to have a 6x6 or a 6x8 paper, just because it would have been smaller and I could have got some white all the way around, which I would have liked. And I think I am putting them just the opposite of what I did on his, because I'm going to have her like looking towards the middle with this picture, and then her looking front this way. So, because I think I had them like this on his, but I don't know. I was going to bring it out and I just totally forgot. Okay, so I've got this, the white at the top of this, the white at the bottom of this one. And of course, since this is one of my favorite papers, I took out the center, and I think I cut the, well, I actually cut it, the inner part, the floral, I mean, what was it? 5/8, but then I cut off another 1/8, so it's like a whole ½ an inch, because I wanted to see more of that blue plaid, because I love it. And since it's a plaid, I should be able to line it up, right? Okay, I think I've done it. Okay, and then I also had his like this, but I'm gonna do hers like this, and probably roughly right around there. And I think I overlapped his. I'm not gonna overlap hers. And I had a real hard time finding stuff, and then I thought, I have these little color containers that I've just got colored things in. Did I leave that out here? Nope. Okay, when I go to put on the title, I'll pull out the stuff and show you what I use. Okay, that looks good. Yeah, I have it right in the right spot. Okay. Yay. Okay. And then I've got this banner, and this was from the sticker sheet. And I'm gonna kind of round it and put it here. So maybe I should start in the middle. Wow. It never fails. Whenever I put something on a wax paper, it's like stuck to it. Real good. Okay, so I'm gonna put that right here. And this is actually the way they had it on the sheet too, on the sticker sheet. So I'm actually doing it in the exact same order. I liked how the color was spread apart, so I thought I'm just gonna go with that. Okay, wow. I did put this on here yesterday. It was like the only thing I was sure I was using. Okay. And then I'm going to take this and I'll kind of probably loop it like this, and or let's see, would I like it this way better? Yeah, maybe like that. Okay, so I'll do that and run this across here. So I think I'm gonna get this started and I'll put the title on. I'm calling it Cheesin because, you know, he's the one who is like, oh no, not another picture. And she's just like the fake smile. She just, you know, her mom will say cheese, and this is the kind of grin that she did back then. So now she actually, she's good at pretending that she's grinning. Isn't that how the girls are? Okay, so I'm gonna get this started and put this down, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got Cheesin on here, and I have to tell you, I had tried every red letter that I had that matched, and I was missing letters. So here I am with this. Okay, so white it is. Oh, and I tried blue letters too, and yellow letters, and none of them right. Okay, so I've already glued this on, and I usually use the, what is my glue? The regular, it's called tacky glue now. It used to be quick dry, but I mean, it's still the same. Okay, so I usually use that just because it does dry pretty quick, so I don't have to mess with it for too long. I kind of get my, let me see if I can pull in, and I will remember to go back out when it's time. Okay, I think if I go any further, I'll be sliding out of camera. Okay. So I kind of get how I want it. So I kind of want it like this. And this is that twine that it comes undone. So I'm just going to leave it with that tassel-y look at the end. I've already put a knot in it because of it unwinding so quickly. So I kind of want it in this arch. Well, I do want it in this arch, not kind of. So I'm going to draw a line right next to where I want it with the glue. And then I'm going to push it down into that area where the glue is. And I'll kind of tap it into the glue. Okay, and then I'm going to want this loop right here. So I'm going to hold it there. And, well, I'm going to pull it over a little bit because I don't want it hanging over the bottom of that. Okay, so again, I'm going to draw. This time I am going to draw on this side because otherwise I'm going to end up pulling myself right into the little banner. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here. So I'm just kind of drawing a line where the loop is. And I know I've showed this before, so if you've been here for a while you've seen me do this. Okay, so I'm going to push it into that area, and I can see I didn't get enough there, so I'm going to go, I can see my line of glue, so I'm going to put a little more there. And I'm going to come up over that because I know it's going to be there. And I'm going to kind of put it there. Well, I'm putting it there. I don't know why I keep saying kinda. So tap it into that glue. Now this is where you got to be able to see that glue. Okay. And it kind of takes, you know, a few seconds for it to dry. Okay, now I'm going to continue this. And now since my twine is kind of up in the air, I'm just going to kind of draw underneath it because that's where I want it. I mean, if you know, sometimes putting the twine like where you want it, I mean, if you knew ahead right where you're going to want it, then you could, oh, and I just pulled it up, but I want plenty of glue right underneath that knot. So I'm doing that. I'm pushing it back down. And it's like if you have something heavy, you could always lay it on top of it for a few seconds and let it dry. Sometimes I have a little bit come up later, but usually it stays down. Okay, that seems like it's down good. Okay, and then this one here, I might just kind of let it hang over. Maybe kind of curve it back like this, because I want it to look a little different from that side. And maybe kind of an S. So I'm going to do that. Oh, and I'm totally not in frame. I hope I was in frame for the rest. Okay. And I know I'm kind of at the edge. I need to adjust my camera. Okay, so I'm going to make that curve. And I'm coming right out to where the edge is because that's where I know I want it to be. Okay, and then I'm gonna draw in front of it here a little because I'm trying to get it into this area. Oh, and I'm stuck to it. And I thought, oh, it's really sticking down good. Now I'm stuck to it too. Okay. So now I do want to get more of a curve. And my glue stops right here, so I'm gonna just actually kind of make my line where I believe I want it. So it's kind of like you're using your glue for a pen that draws your line to where you want it. And I can see I'm not right on the glue, but it is stuck there. Okay, so I think that's good. Okay, now I have, let's see, I'm gonna need these and maybe the other ones. Or I think I might use glue on these, but we'll see. Okay. Oh, I got a little piece of dimensional there. I thought, what's that doing in there? Okay, so I am using the wide adhesive dots, and these I got from Hobby Lobby. Oh, I need to go out. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, these are from Hobby Lobby, and the dot here shows the size that it is, and it's like 1/3 of an inch. And then this one here is about 1/4 of an inch. And see how the dots are. I think you can kind of see the difference in size. So I have both those. And I'm going to use a flare. And this flare, I actually made it from some It was probably Hobby Lobby paper. It was quite thin. And I just had a scrap of it, and I thought I'm gonna make a flare out of it, and I've had it for a long time. Today I'm using it because it was in my blue bin here. Okay, and I'm just gonna overlap right onto the banner. And then I have an old button, and I'm going to put that on too, and I think maybe I can use this for this as well. Oh, and whenever I cut a shank off, I will take a plastic bag. Usually I use like a sandwich bag or something, but I will take this, put the button in here, and then I'll take my, these are like wire cutters, or some people actually call them shank removers, I think, because that's what they use them for. And then I just put it right in the plastic bag, and so you can actually hold it onto it and you can see it and everything, so it works really good. And then you don't shoot them across the room like I did the first one. I thought, oh, I'll just hold on to it. Nope, it went flying across the room. Okay, so I'm gonna use this for this too, I guess. Sometimes I use E6000. Okay, and I'm gonna put this right up at the top of that. And you don't have to like file down the shank or anything because of it being crooked. Even if you glue it, it's like, because of it being not straight, the glue actually adheres to it better. Yeah, they call me the glue lady. I make jewelry and I use E6000 for that, but it's like, I swear I've used every kind of glue for something. Okay, and then I'm back to the my regular glue, which is what? Why am I forgetting this? Okay, and I'm gonna put a little right here and just at the other end of this. So I've got a flare, a button, and a button. And this, it's like I had pulled out my bins because I wasn't finding anything. I mean, I went through my sticker binders and then I have these color bins. And so I went through and kind of found different colors. Like, I mean, I could have used this, that worked, but, and I actually had it laying here. I had this bow laying here. So I ended up with what I'll show you here. So I decided on these buttons because I like the texture and this flare. I do have, is this, I don't think this is actually, this is from the chipboard sheet and it's just a little pot of flowers. I think it's so funny because it's like I'm taking the kids' pictures. I'm not even noticing that my exercise mat is on the floor because at first they thought they were going to sleep on it. So it's like, yeah, I want that in my picture. So now the whole thing is, you know, we're dominant red here. Okay, so I'm gonna put this, I think I'll tuck it in just right there above her foot. Okay, and then since I have my blue here, like I have the flare blue there, I am going to use just this as my blue. And then I've got the button again. And I don't know if this will actually, sometimes this holds on stuff, sometimes it doesn't, and I end up hearing it pop off and then I have to go find it. And luckily, it's like I hang it on my wall, so I know everything is gonna stick and what's not going to. And if you see my art room tour, it's like you see where I hung them up. Okay, and then I'm gonna put my little blue button too, and that was in my blue box. Okay, and then I found this tag in there and I thought, oh yeah, it's a good match, so I'm gonna use this. And where are those scissors for cutting ribbon? Because I know I'm not gonna probably want it as long as what it is. Oh, and I'm also gonna have to cut off this because I've put tape underneath my picture, but I know only a little bit shows, so I'm gonna cut this off. And I put the ribbon on just because I knew this was all gonna take more time, so figured I'd just do that. So I'm putting a lot of tape, so I have tape underneath the part where the ribbon is, since it's actually tied on there. Sometimes I will just, you know, make a bow and tape it on over it. But this one I just thought I'm gonna tie it right onto it. And it's gonna be roughly right around here, but let me see if that's the spot, because my sticker goes here. Whoa, I got everything stuck on here. I'm gonna put this little rocking chair, since they're sitting in this little rocking chair that my husband's uncle had made. Okay, so I think that is the spot. So I'm gonna trim this off. Kind of would have liked to have the ribbon longer on it, but you know, it's like I only have this much room. So it's a good thing that this didn't have to be an 8.5 by 11. Okay, so now I've got that straightened out. Okay, and this was on the sticker sheet. And of course it stuck to my wax paper really good. I'm gonna have to try sticking it on the other side of the wax paper. Somebody said I'm sticking it obviously on the wrong side. It's like, obviously I must be. Okay, and then I have another flare, and this is exactly the same paper as that, it's just a different part of it. Okay, and I'm using these dots. And I'm just gonna stick it right down here where it's kind of almost on Aiden's toes. Okay, and then I have another one of those red buttons. And I need the same glue. It's so funny because I was having such a hard time finding anything because, you know, just looking at the stuff in the kit. So I went through the kit first, and then I went through my sticker book, my sticker binder, and then I went to the tubs. And it's like, I'm just gonna have to start doing that because my tubs are kind of empty because before I started filming again, I was using them a lot. Okay, and then I'm just gonna stick this button right down here on the ticket. And I think one time, and this is probably 15, 20 years ago or so, I had bought a paper kit that was like a bunch of different odds and ends papers that said kitchen, and I'm pretty sure this was in that, but it was a real nice match to it. So I've got a little piece of that, so I will put it in my color box because that's where it was to begin with when it was a ticket. So it's like I have flare in here, I have this hang, and it's like I had this out, I mean I had everything out that was the right color. So it's like I had the bows in there, I have lots of punch things, so if I punch out anything that's that color, or you know, a red, then I put it in here. Did I drop anything else? So I got that in there. And then this is my blue one. And if I make paper or you know page kits, then and actually put the embellishments with them, then I pull out this stuff and put that in there. And I have this trim. I'm pretty sure Ginger gave me this trim. She gave me, she said she had an overwhelming amount of blue things, so she asked me if I would take her blues away, and I said I would love to take your blues away. So it's like I was trying out all these, but it's like my blue is kind of a bluish gray, so it's like these worked perfectly, and none of the other ones were that color. So, but I have one of these in just probably every color of the rainbow. So that's it for today. I'm not going to use any enamel dots because I got so many circular things on here. Oh, I've got a, and I actually tried this on here, but it's like, you know, it just blended in the flowers. So, okay, so that's it for today. And oh, I was going to show you Aiden's with hers, since, you know, they're the same pictures, but they look so different. Let me see if I can get them in the camera at the same time. Yeah, so there you go. I mean, it's like, it's almost hard to believe it's almost, you know, to me it's like it's almost the same layout. I just reversed the pictures, reversed the higher one and the lower one. And at first I did have them the same way, but I had Cheesin over here, but that, it just looked like too much in that area. So it's like I arranged it the other way. But I really like how they both turned out and they look so different. So thanks for joining me. Have a wonderful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.